Welcome to ZKast, everyone. I'm Zeus Caravallo from ZK Research, and I'm here at the NRF 2025 show. This is the retail industry's biggest show. I'm here at the Zoom stand with Gary Sorrentino, Zoom's CIO. Gary, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, no, it's a great show. Zoom and retail. What are you doing here at the show?
Look, Zoom's platform is taking off, and right now retail is an area that we're very, very focused on. Look, the Zoom platform is all about how people engage, and that's what retail's about. How are people going to figure out ways of what they're going to buy, how they're going to shop, how they're going to research, and the Zoom platform is completely designed to help that situation.
Yeah, now one of the reasons I like talking to you, Gary, is you talk to a lot of customers. In fact, maybe more than anybody else I know, so
Okay.
that's a good thing. In the retail space specifically, what kind of challenges are retail CIOs having now?
So, like everybody else, today there's a lot of technology out there. So I think one of the challenges that they're facing is we know that the buyer's changing. We know that we're getting a new generation of buyer. We know that technology is going to have to take over for certain areas. I think the retail CIOs are struggling with what technology, what direction do I go, what adds business value, right? Because the CIOs in retail, their goal is one thing. Besides employee experience, which Zoom does very well, it's about how do we improve customer experience and that customer journey. And so I think they're struggling right now to figure out what's going to add value to my business and how can I purchase and deploy technology that's going to be helpful.
Yeah, and so that's an interesting thought because there's so much technology today, right? And if you were to put your kind of vision hat on and think about what the customer experience of the future looks like, what kind of technology, other than AI, right? It's obvious, what does that experience really look like?
So look, AI is going to be part of everything we do going forward, and it is already. But I think the experience is going to be is that, I think we're still going to have brick and mortars come 5 years ahead. I think today in the keynote they said 80% of retail was still brick and mortar. But I think there's going to be also a middle experience. So I'm going to have brick and mortar, but a hybrid experience when I'm in the store. I think that's going to be an improvement, and that's going to help because we've all been there where we're trying to buy that specialty item, and the person in the store might not be as knowledgeable. So to have that hybrid experience, connect me with experts. I also think that online at home, it's going to change a little bit. We're just not shopping, we're doing research.
Yes.
Right? We're researching items and then we're deciding what is the best way to get that item to me, whether it's an online purchase and getting it delivered or going to a store and picking it up. So what I think is we're going to have to put technology in place that's going to support that journey. But there are different buyers, right? There's my mom, there's your kids, right? But they don't buy the same. And so I think that's what Zoom is looking at. And contact center is a big part of it.
Yeah.
How do we do that omni-channel? How can we start in a chat or just a query? How do we maybe have an AI bot who's, don't show me what I can't buy. If I'm a size 9, only show me what's in stock size 9. If I never buy red, only show me the colors I buy. And I think that we have to help all along that journey to the final sale.
Yeah, in fact, last night we were at a Zoom CIO summit, and that theme kept coming up over and over again, being able to personalize down to people's preferences. So, you get more and more refined to understand who the customer is, what they want, what they like to buy, and then you capture more wallet share. Now,
but I think there's a word below personalized, right? Because personalized used to mean when I go to the website, it kind of knows a little bit about me and directs me. I think it's going to be fine-tuned personalization. Look into my shopping cart. Look to what I already have. Maybe I put something in the shopping cart, and when I get onto the website, it tells me more about what's over in my cart, because obviously I haven't bought it yet. So how do we get to that hyper-personalization, where it directs me to items that I'm interested in, or tells me about items that, and maybe it also tells me, hey, you were shopping for these things, there's a change, right? Especially a discounted price or things like that.
Now, you mentioned contact center, right? And it's been about 3 years since Zoom's had its contact center product now. You've had good momentum if you look at the financial numbers.
And a ton of features.
Yeah, and can you talk about some customer wins and who's buying Zoom Contact Center today?
So the good news about contact center is, look, I don't really talk about customer names, but we're seeing across the board, people buy contact center for different reasons. But I think contact center, in addition to phone and the other Zoom platform, is really what CX is about today. So contact center, I think, is just one pillar, right? Besides our bot, ZVA, besides Zoom Revenue Accelerator. But I think what we're seeing today are people are looking for that whole experience. If we can upgrade the employee experience, that gives us better connection with our customers. If we can upgrade the customer experience, it makes it easier for the employee experience. And so what I see people today buying is that value. that experience, not technology, right? There's a lot of contact centers out there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's a lot of platforms out there. But at the end of the day, which one fits into our business model and fits the demographics of our buyers? And that's changing.
Yeah, and so give me an example then of a use case. So when you look at the contact center space, there's a bunch of contact center pure plays, right? And I think to your point, the Zoom value prop is the integration of the broader Zoom suite, right? Zoom events, Zoom, meetings, things like that. So explain how that end-to-end suite for matters for customer experience versus the traditional way of buying contact center where you bought a pure play and it lived in a silo.
Well, think about this. So wouldn't it be great if you could join a Zoom webinar or a Zoom clip, okay? And at the end of the clip, there's a URL that connects you to the contact center. So now I've gotten some really great information. I want to double click because I want to do something. I need more information. I want to get something. With the Zoom platform, since it's all connected, I don't have to leave one technology to go to another technology, right? And so there are many parts of the employee experience which actually apply, like think about digital signage.
Yeah.
Right? I go to shop in the store, right? I want to see what I need to know, right? When I'm down that aisle and we're talking about, I don't know, we're buying meat in a grocery store, I want to know all the sales for everything that's there without me having to either go to every little stand or carry a paper coupons with me and things like that. So at the end of the day, how do we get that broader experience for what people normally think of as customer experience? And I think that's the part, that art of the possible of business cases. How do we take what we're using for employee experience, because the tools are great, and add it to the contact center across one platform?
All right.
Remember, we talk omni-channel?
Yes.
But omni-channel only, in most cases, takes us to the end of contact center. Zoom doesn't do that. It takes you through the platform.
Through the platform. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and then you had mentioned AI, right, being part of every discussion. Now, last year you also rolled out Zoom AI Companion,
Yep.
A little over a year ago, I think now, and that's also part of the contact center suite, right? And so, how does AI Companion, which I think, if most people would think of it as something to help me with my productivity, how does that help with
Think about even agents, right? It should know all about me. Think about when I have a conversation with the first agent, and for some reason I have to escalate to another human agent. I don't want to start from zero. Why can't that second agent get a summary of my conversation? They don't need the 20 minutes of it's your fault, it's my fault, it's your fault. They need, this person is calling about a refund that didn't happen or a delivery that didn't happen. I don't want to reiterate that because that just starts me from zero.
Yeah.
So our AI, looking at it across the board, is how do we make that journey better? And how do we use the power? Look, a lot of people like to talk to bots right now. They don't like to talk to humans. That's some of the younger generation. So how do I get to a bot? How do I get to AI? How do I make it so that we understand you, user, because I know about your past shopping, your current shopping, your current item, right? I'm not giving you a hard time on something we need to fix, and I'm not making you reiterate yourself 3 times.
Okay.
That's where we got to put it all together, right? AI brings the value of data to a solution.
Yeah, and I think what Zoom's does is you're bringing a level of persistence to customer interactions, which frankly most brands have never had.
Right.
Every interaction is a unique interaction, and that just creates a lot of frustration with customers.
There's no more starting from zero.
Yeah.
Right? The first time I talk to you, I should know everything about you. First thing I should say is, how do you like that coffee pot you bought last week?
Yeah.
First thing I should say to you, right? Or while I'm on hold, an AI bot can say, by the way, while I got you, while you're waiting for the agent because you want a human, rate the coffee pot you had last week because I know about you.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm willing to divulge and share common knowledge with you so that we can have a better relationship.
All right, and so let's wrap this up with, since we are at NRF, it's a retail show, what are a couple of things that retailers may not know about Zoom, but you want to make sure they do?
I think that retailers usually look at us from a CX experience, okay? I think they need to peer across the platform and think about things that are in the normal Zoom platform that can help them, digital signage. Think about, why don't they do more webinars? Today we're a video information. Why aren't they looking at clips? Why aren't they figuring out, hey, there's a lot of different parts in the employee experience which we can pick up and we can use. And I also think they need to sit back and figure out the journey. All right, where are my buyers going? How are my buyers changing? And how is the technology going to grow and adapt with them? And that's what Zoom does great, right? Zoom looks at these connections and says, how do we add value along the way? Look, when you buy Zoom at point A, A year later, we've improved it. We've added so much functionality to it. I think one of the things they need to do is they need to keep it up with it, and they need to turn things on. A lot of them have a lot of horsepower, but they just haven't had the time to turn on yet.
Yes.
And I think doing the art of the possible with us and talking about Zoom and the business value is the greatest thing they can do for themselves.
Yeah. All right. Well, certainly appreciate the time. Anything else you want to add?
No, it's been great seeing you.
That is always great seeing
and I'll
you.
see you around through the show.
Yeah, we'll see you through the show. And so on behalf of Gary Sorrentino, Zoom CIO, I'm Z.S. Caravallo from ZK Research, and thanks for watching. Give us a like and hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time on the next episode of ZKast.
Thank you so much.